Hello friends, welcome back. And in this lecture, we are going to discuss few of the remaining functions related to the strings, which are useful and which can be very useful when you are doing the programming, when you are writing some code, some script. So let us see what are those functions and their importance. So these are the functions that I have written here. I will give you the entire source code along with these functions in the I will attach in the downloadable section. But yes, let's see some examples related to them so that it becomes clear to you how it works. So I'm first taking this one, the example of L strip, R strip, and strip. So S is a string with some spaces in the beginning and in the end. Okay, so we are going to discuss about the L strip, R strip, and strip. So what does these functions do? So L strip removes all these spaces from the left hand side of the string. R strip removes all these spaces from the right hand side. And if you use only strip, then it removes from the beginning and the end of the string, all these spaces. Okay. So let's see the output for these. So you can see the spaces from the beginning have been removed. Okay. So you can see the output is still, from the end, whatever spaces are there, those have been not removed. But yes, for the R strip, you can see the beginning is there. This space in the beginning is there. But yes, from the end, this has been removed. Okay. Now let's see the strip. For the strip from the beginning and from the end, both have been removed. All the spaces from beginning and end have been removed. So this is how the L strip, R strip, and S strip, only the strip functions work. Now let's see the other example related to split and partition. Okay. So let me just bring in this. So I have taken a string S1, John, Maxwell, Tony. So I have used split and partition functions. So what is the difference between the split and partition? So let's see with the help of an example. So let me just use the split function first. So if I use the split function, then you can see there is the output of John, Maxwell, and Tony. It has returned a list. What is a list? We will discuss that in the coming lectures. But yes, you can just understand that a list is represented like this. This is mutable. You can change anything in this list. But yes, the list is represented using these brackets. Okay, within these brackets, each of the string can be separated. Each of the values, whether they are strings, whether they are integers, they can be separated using the commas inside the list. Okay, so John, Maxwell, Tony, we have split it on the basis of the space. So wherever the space will be found, our string will be broken. So after John, a space is there. So after a space, whatever has been found, that will become the second string. And after Maxwell, when the next space have been found, then it will create a new string with Tony. So John, Maxwell, and Tony, these will be created. The list of these values, these strings will be created and will be, returned. Okay. Now let us see about the partition. What happens when we use the partition? Partition also has the same thing. I mean, you just provide the separator. Okay, but the only difference is that in case of split, it splits every value which is separated by the separator. But in case of partition, it separates these strings at the two places, like very first place where the separator is found, which is space in this case. So one string will be John. After that, the first space has been found. So the next string will not be Maxwell. It will be Maxwell Tony. Now I think you might have understood the concept here. In case of partition, the string will be partitioned at the very first place where the separator has been found. After that, the separator will not be applied. After that, Maxwell, Tony, or how many words are there doesn't matter. They all will become a single string. Okay, so it will return three things. Partition returns three values, and those values are returns in the form of a tuple. Just like the strings, tuples are represented like this. String is represented using these brackets, but in case of tuples, we represent it using these kind of brackets. Okay. So in case of tuples, you cannot modify any of the values. We will see these things in the coming videos when we will discuss about the tuples and the you know lists. But as of now, you can simply remember that yes, you know this tuple is just a set of immutable values. Okay, so If we partition this on the basis of the space, then the first string will be John, the second string will be the separator itself. Whatever separator you have used, that also will be the part of the output. And the third string will be the remaining portion of the string. Okay, so this will be the output like John, space, and Maxwell Tony. Let me run it now. So you can see here John, then space, and then Maxwell Tony. These are the three values that have been returned. So use the split and partition whenever you need them to use. But please remember the difference that there is a very important difference between the split and partition that you must need to remember. Okay. Now let me see the last topic, which is the join, find, and replace. So let me just, put it here. So join, find, and replace. But before that, I need to take this string. So, this is the way we put it. So S1, John, Maxwell, Tony. So this is the first string. Before we discuss about the, find and replace, let's discuss about the join. Okay, so let me just put them outside. So what does join do? So I have this string which contains only a dot. Okay, and I'm joining these three strings K, K, L, L, and MM. So this set of a string has been given inside a list. So suppose you have number of strings. Suppose you have Vikash and then Kumar and then Shakya. There are three strings. Vikas is there, then Kumar is there, and then Shakya is there. These are the three strings, and you want them that when they are concatenated, basically join concatenates the string. So if you want that whenever these gets concatenated, there should be some character between the two strings. Suppose I want that there should be a space, okay, like this. After concatenation, I want it something like this. Then in that case, what I will do, I have used this dot rather than dot, I will put a space. Okay, so I will do something like this, Vikash, Kumar, and Shakya. So what happens that when you use the join, then after each of the strings that you have provided inside the list, after each of those strings, that particular string will be added. So this space will be added after Vikas. This space will be added after Kumar. This space will be added after after Kumar. And after Shakya, there will be there is nothing, so it will not be added after that. Okay, so this is just the reverse of the split. In case of a split, you split on the basis of the particular character, but in case of a join, you add more than one strings on the basis of the particular character. You insert that particular character between the two strings. Okay, so let me run it and let's see what happens. So you can see here Vikas Kumar Shakya, this has been presented here. So now let us see if I use the hash, then what will happen. So in that case, it will be like Vikas hash Kumar hash Shakya. So I hope you might have understood the concept here. Now let us see the last topic for today, which is the find and replace. So let's see the find and replace. Let me just copy this entire thing and let me remove all the things that we have already discussed. And we have discussed this join. Now let's see what find and replace do. So these are very simple functions. Let me clear it. So what they do, like suppose I have this John Maxwell Tony. I want to find some substring within this string. Suppose I want to find whether there is a substring with XW or not inside this string. Then in that case, if there is a substring like XW inside this string, which is the S1, then in that case, the position of those characters from where position of that string from where that starts within this string, that is returned. Okay, so here you can see the XW we are finding. So let's see where the XW is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so starting from the seventh, XW is found. So when you will use the find function, then in that case, what will happen that it will return you 7 because this XW is present at the seventh position. So here you can see this is 7. The 7 has been returned here. Now let us see the replace function. What is the use of replace function? Suppose you want to replace this X and W with Y and Z. if you want to replace a substring with some other substring, then in that case you can use the replace function. So let me run it and let's see the output. So here you can see John, MA, rather than XW, it became Y and Z. May, Zel, Tony. It has become like this. So these were the functions, these are the remaining functions that I just wanted to show you so that you can use them. And apart from that, there are number of other functions that I have mentioned here. Is alpha, is numeric, to find out whether a character is alphabet, or whether a character is numeric, whether it is a digit, the entire string, whether it's an alphanumeric string, whether it's a lowercase string, uppercase string, whether it starts with a particular character, whether it starts with or it ends with a particular string or character, something like that you can find out using these values, using these functions. So I hope you might have understood all these important concepts related to these strings. And this video lecture was just to make you aware that yes, there are few other functions related to the strings. Otherwise, these things you could have done it yourself as well. But just to make it in totality, the entire course, I don't want to leave anything which remains untouched. Okay, so that was it, and I will provide you this piece of code that I have written here in the downloadable section as a file, so you can download it from there. You can do the practice, and with this, let's meet in the next video. Till then, have a nice day and bye.